Welcome to today's video. In this episode, we're exploring the 5 most valuable and expensive United States Eisenhower dollar coins ever struck. Some rare dates, mint marks, silver issues, and hidden varieties are selling for serious money in today's coin market. From scarce bicentennial collector strikes to ultra-rare minting anomalies worth thousands, let's get started. First up, we're exploring the most valuable and ultra-rare United States commemorative $1 coin ever released for collectors. The 1976 Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar Silver Collector's issue with the elusive Denver D mint mark, found even in very dirty, heavily circulated condition. We decode the history, design, errors, value, and secrets behind this rare Ike dollar that collectors are still hunting for today. The Eisenhower Bicentennial Dollar is one of the most recognizable and patriotic coins ever minted in the United States, celebrating 200 years of American independence. While millions of Eisenhower dollars were produced from 1971 to 1978, the Bicentennial series struck only in 1975 and 1976 carries dual dates, 1776-1976, and a special reverse design. The Denver Mint did produce a large quantity of circulation strikes, but what makes this specific coin so collectible is the limited mintage of the silver collector's issue marked with a D. These were not intended for general circulation, but were originally sold to collectors in government-issued blue packs or red-brown proof boxes. This is where things get interesting. Somehow a few of these silver collector pieces escaped into circulation, making any circulated or very dirty example extremely rare and highly sought after by serious silver coin collectors. To understand why this bicentennial Eisenhower dollar became such a historic issue, we need to look back at the mid-1970s. America was emerging from the Vietnam War, national morale was recovering, and the nation prepared to celebrate its 200-year anniversary of independence. To honor the event, Congress authorized a special commemorative coinage program that included quarters, half dollars, and $1 coins with special reverse designs. This was also significant because the Eisenhower dollar was the last large-size $1 coin in U.S. history, and the silver collector issues became the final true cartwheel dollars, minted in 40% silver. The Denver Mint took part by striking a limited number of 40% silver uncirculated coins for collectors, making the 1976 D silver Eisenhower dollar much different from the standard copper-nickel-clad version found in change. The design of this coin tells a complete story in metal. On the obverse, we see a strong, commanding portrait of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, the World War II Allied Supreme Commander and 34th President of the United States. Designed by Frank Gasparo, the obverse features the dual date 1776-1976, and just below Eisenhower's neck is the D mint mark, which confirms that it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse is where this coin becomes special. It features a majestic Liberty Bell superimposed over the surface of the moon, symbolizing both freedom and American achievement in space exploration. The reverse was designed by Dennis R. Williams, a 22-year-old art student who won the National Coin Design Competition. Along the top sits the inscription, United States of America, and at the bottom, $1, while E pluribus unum appears to the right of the bell. Unlike the clad bicentennial dollars that feel lighter, this silver issue has a distinct ring when tapped and weighs 24.59 grams due to its 40% silver content. While millions of bicentennial Eisenhower dollars were struck, the 1976 D silver collector's issue is quite rare in the wild, especially in genuinely circulated and dirty condition. Most were preserved in original mint packaging by collectors, which means dirty examples with honest wear are actually scarcer than clean, uncirculated ones. Collector demand for this coin remains strong because it represents historical symbolism, silver value, and numismatic rarity all in one. Even though it is not part of the wheat penny series, it holds the same legendary status among Eisenhower dollar collectors. Now let's talk about real market value. Many people assume bicentennial Eisenhower dollars are common and worth only face value, but that is only true for the copper-nickel-clad versions. The 1976D silver Eisenhower dollar can sell today for anywhere from $500 to $3,000 in dirty circulated condition, depending on wear and silver tunning. In lightly circulated condition, values rise to $1,000 to $5,000. Uncirculated raw examples typically sell for $1,500 to $3,000, while certified coins in high mint state grades like MS66 and MS67 can reach $5,000 to over $8,000. The rare Type II lettering variety in high grade has sold for more than $9,000 at auction. Any example found in circulation today is considered a major discovery by coin collectors. The 1976D Eisenhower bicentennial silver dollar is more than just a coin. It represents American history, national pride, the end of an era of large silver coins, and one of the last numismatic treasures still hiding in plain sight. Whether found dirty or preserved, this coin continues to gain value as serious collectors compete to own the best examples. If you come across one in circulation or in an old coin stash, do not spend it. This could be your gateway into rare coin collecting. And secondly, we're exploring one of the most intriguing and misunderstood modern American coins, the most valuable and rare 1976 Eisenhower bicentennial dollar, specifically the silver-clad version. And we are going to explore why this particular coin, even in what many would dismiss as a very dirty condition, represents a significant opportunity and a fascinating chapter in U.S. numismatics. The allure of this coin begins with its very nature and the context of its issuance. This is not a standard circulating Eisenhower dollar, but rather a special collector's issue struck in 40% silver to celebrate the nation's 200th birthday. While millions of the copper-nickel versions were minted for circulation, the silver versions were sold directly to the public in special 3 coin sets from the United States Mint, which included the quarter, half dollar, and this dollar. What makes the specific coin we are discussing so compelling is the absence of a mint mark, which for this special issue denotes a striking from the Philadelphia Mint. But more importantly, its survival outside of the pristine, government-issued set, and in a very worn and dirty state, tells a unique story of its own, a journey that separates it from the millions of others that were tucked away and forgotten in their original packaging. To understand its history, we must go back to the mid-1970s, a time of national celebration and reflection. The United States was marking its bicentennial, and the U.S. Mint launched an extensive program, creating special reverse designs for the quarter, half dollar, and dollar coin for the years 1975 and 1976. All coins dated 1776-1976 were minted during this 2-year period. The Eisenhower dollar was a relatively new coin, having been introduced in 1971 to honor the recently deceased president and World War II general. The silver versions, however, were a nod to collectors, a final echo of the era when silver was a fundamental component of American coinage. They were not intended for commerce, which is why finding one that has clearly been handled, spent, and subjected to the elements is such an unusual and noteworthy event. The design of the coin is a powerful piece of Americana. The obverse, or head side, features the familiar profile of President Dwight D. Eisenhower, a design by chief engraver Frank Gasparro that was used on the regular issue dollar. It is the reverse, however, that captures the bicentennial spirit. Also designed by Gasparro, it depicts the Liberty Bell superimposed against the moon, a tribute to the Apollo 11 mission that had so famously planted the American flag on the lunar surface. This clever fusion of the nation's revolutionary past with its futuristic aspirations in space exploration is an iconic and beloved design. On a silver coin, even in a dirty condition, the heft and distinctive color of the 40% silver planchet are often still perceptible. And the key detail for this variety is the clean space below the bell where a mint mark would normally be located, confirming its Philadelphia origin. The discussion of its rarity is a nuanced one. While over 4 million of the silver-clad Philadelphia issue were struck, the vast majority of them reside in mint sets, either still sealed in their original blue packaging or certified and slabbed by grading services in mint state grades. The true rarity lies in a coin like the one we are examining, a coin that has clearly escaped that protected environment. A 1976 no-mint mark Eisenhower silver dollar in a very dirty, heavily circulated condition is a significant numismatic anomaly. It suggests a coin that was perhaps removed from its set, spent as currency by someone unaware of its composition, and then circulated alongside its copper-nickel counterparts, surviving decades of wear, tear, and environmental damage. In terms of collector demand and its place in the series, this coin stands out precisely because of its condition. For a specialist collecting Eisenhower dollars, especially the bicentennial issues, finding a genuinely circulated silver specimen is a major challenge. Most of the series can be collected in high grades for relatively modest sums, but this coin represents a condition census extreme. It appeals to the collector who is not just assembling a set of high-grade coins, but who is fascinated by the stories coins tell, and who seeks out the unusual varieties and conditions that break the mold. It is the sleeper coin in a jar of ordinary leftovers, the piece that requires knowledge and a keen eye to identify amidst more common material. Now, let's talk about the concrete details of its market value in today's market. A typical 1976 silver Eisenhower dollar in a mint state 65 grade might trade for $30 to $50. However, this coin, in its very dirty and heavily circulated state, occupies a completely different market niche. Its value is not derived from its grade, but from its extreme rarity in this condition and its story. For the specialist who needs it to complete a unique set of circulated silver commemoratives, this coin could command a price ranging from several hundred to over $1,000, depending on the level of interest. For those of you inspired to look for this coin, the hunt is everything. You will not find it by searching through certified coin dealers' inventories, as it is almost never worth the cost to grade a coin in such low technical condition. Instead, you must look in the wild. This is a coin you find in an old coin jar, mixed in with bulk world coins at a flea market, or in a box of miscellaneous dollars at a local coin show. Focus on the weight and the color. A 40% silver Eisenhower dollar has a distinct heft and a slightly different, more grayish tone compared to the bright white of the copper-nickel version, even under layers of grime. Look for the dual date 1776-1976, and most crucially, the absence of a mint mark below the bell. The 1976 no-mint mark Eisenhower bicentennial dollar in silver, particularly in a very dirty and heavily circulated state, is far more than just an old dollar coin. It is a tangible piece of America's bicentennial celebration that took an unexpected journey into circulation. Its rarity in this condition is profound, its story is captivating, and its appeal to the advanced collector is immense. It serves as a perfect reminder that numismatics is not solely about pristine condition, but about history, scarcity, and the thrill of discovery, making it a worthy target for both new collectors learning to see the details and seasoned veterans searching for the one piece that completes a specialized collection. And thirdly, we're diving deep in the world of numismatics. Few coins have captured the curiosity of collectors like the ultra-rare 1978 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar found in heavily circulated and even very dirty condition. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary late 1970s dollar coin, worn down by time and trade. Yet beneath the grime lies a surprising story of historical value, scarcity, and collector fascination. The Eisenhower dollar series, minted from 1971 to 1978, was the last large-sized circulating dollar coin issued by the United States Mint. The 1978 issue was the final year of the series, making it historically significant as the end of an era. Coins without a mint mark from this year were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, and while millions were produced, only a tiny percentage have survived in pristine or collectible condition. Dirty or worn examples might not look appealing, but they often hide a rare chance at high-grade recovery and hidden die varieties, making them valuable to sharp-eyed collectors. The Eisenhower dollar was created to honor Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and a respected World War II general. His leadership during D-Day and post-war Reconstruction made him a celebrated symbol of American strength and unity. The coin also commemorates the Apollo 11 lunar landing, featuring an eagle landing on the moon on the reverse side. The 1978 version carries this legacy forward as the closing chapter of the series, giving it added historical weight. While many U.S. coins pay tribute to presidents, the Eisenhower dollar is uniquely tied to American global progress, representing both military leadership and space exploration. This cultural mix gives it strong significance and collector appeal even decades after it left circulation. The 1978 Eisenhower dollar holds a special place in U.S. coinage history because it helped modernize American circulating currency during the decimal era of coin production. It was minted during a time when the U.S. Mint began standardizing weight, metal composition, and mint procedures across all denominations. The coin features a copper-nickel clad composition over a pure copper core, which distinguishes it from earlier silver-era dollars. While not struck in silver, its weight and size still resemble classic large dollars. Collectors appreciate this transitional era piece for its design continuity, while introducing modern mint engineering. Even coins found today in very dirty condition retain these physical traits, and careful restoration techniques can bring back their original details and luster for grading purposes. Despite a mintage of more than 12 million pieces, the 1978 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar is surprisingly rare in higher grades. Most were used heavily in casinos, banks, and everyday commerce. As a result, the majority today survive in poor or heavily circulated condition. Finding one in extra fine XF, about uncirculated AU, or mint state MS condition is very difficult. High-end graded examples certified by PCGS or NGC can sell anywhere from $1,000 up to $9,000 or even more, depending on strike quality, die variety, and eye appeal. Even coins in dirty or corroded condition are sometimes purchased by collectors because professional cleaning and conservation services can restore value. Rarity increases dramatically for specimens with strong strikes and full detail on Eisenhower's hair, neckline, and the eagle's feathers on the reverse. Over the past decade, interest in Eisenhower dollars has increased steadily. Collectors originally ignored these coins due to their modern age and metal composition, but as older coins disappear, serious numismatists are now recognizing their importance. Auction records highlight this rise, with certified 1978 Philadelphia strikes crossing the four-figure mark regularly. Limited supply in high grades and increased attention from registry set collectors have driven prices up even further. This market growth proves that the Eisenhower dollar now sits in the same collectible category as Morgan and Peace dollars in terms of historical and investment value, especially for late 20th century U.S. coins. For investors, the 1978 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar offers long-term appreciation potential. Key growth factors include historical relevance, final year status, and increasing demand. Collectors looking for profit should focus on acquiring coins that can be graded or upgraded after proper conservation. Low-cost dirty coins sometimes yield strong returns if their original surfaces are preserved under the grime. Investors should target coins with strong detail and minimal rim damage. then submit them for grading to maximize resale value. As registry set competition continues to increase, collectors are willing to pay premium prices to secure high-grade examples. Anyone looking to collect or invest in the 1978 Eisenhower dollar should follow a few smart strategies. First, prioritize condition. Even a dirty coin can be valuable if it has strong detail and no deep scratches. Second, certification is important. Always use trusted grading companies like PCGS, NGC, or ANACS to confirm authenticity and assign value. Third, join coin collecting communities. Online forums, Facebook groups, and numismatic clubs provide access to expert opinions and trading opportunities. Finally, learn to identify die varieties, since certain minting errors are extremely rare and can multiply a coin's value. With patience and research, even beginner collectors can find profitable examples in old coin rolls or estate collections. Beyond U.S. borders, the Eisenhower dollar has gained international attention. It is traded by collectors in Europe, Asia, and even Australia, where American coins hold strong numismatic interest. The coin's large size, bold patriotic design, and connection to space history give it worldwide appeal. In Australia's numismatic community, Eisenhower dollars are often seen as key pieces in American currency evolution collections. Over time, coins like the 1978 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar will continue to rise in cultural and financial value as symbols of American heritage and global influence. From humble circulation to high-value auction lots, this coin proves that sometimes the most overlooked pieces become history's hidden treasures. And fourthly, we're exploring the world of coin collecting is filled with surprises, where a seemingly ordinary piece of change can conceal a fortune. The 1977 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar. At first glance, especially in the very dirty condition some are found in, it might be dismissed as a bulky, outdated dollar coin. But to the trained eye, this particular coin is a relic of immense historical and financial value. The Eisenhower dollar series was minted from 1971 to 1978, serving as a tribute to the World War II General and 34th President. The 1977 issue, however, holds a special secret. While the Philadelphia Mint typically produced coins without a mint mark for circulation, the vast majority of Eisenhower dollars from this final year were struck in San Francisco as proof or uncirculated specimens for collectors. The business strike Philadelphia coins, intended for public use, were produced in surprisingly low numbers, making any 1977 P dollar a scarcity, and one in any surviving condition a significant find. The significance of the Eisenhower dollar extends beyond its honoree. It was a pivotal coin in American monetary history. It marked a return to a large-sized dollar coin after a hiatus of nearly 36 years, following the last peace dollars in 1935. This coin was also one of the first major U.S. coins designed within the new decimal system framework that fully embraced modern minting techniques, acting as a bridge between classic silver coinage and the contemporary copper-clad compositions we use today. Its large size harkened back to an older era of coinage, making it immediately popular with the public, yet its internal composition was purely modern. This transitionary nature makes it a key study for numismatists, representing a nation looking back at its heroic past while stepping firmly into a new financial future. The 1977 issue stands as the penultimate year of this short-lived series, adding to its collectible appeal as an end-of-era coin. Now let's talk about the heart of the matter, the staggering rarity and value of the 1977 no-mint mark dollar. While millions were minted, the vast majority were absorbed into commerce, used in casinos and vending machines, and subsequently worn down, damaged, or simply lost. Finding one today, even in a very dirty and heavily circulated condition, is a challenge. However, the true prize is a specimen in very fine condition or better. Coins in this state retain most of their design details, with only moderate wear on the highest points of Eisenhower's hair and the eagle's breast feathers. The market value for such a coin is astonishing, typically ranging from $1,000 to well over $9,000, with the price heavily dependent on the exact grade and eye appeal. This valuation is not arbitrary. It is driven by the simple economics of extreme rarity meeting growing demand. The composition of this coin is often a point of discussion. Unlike the earlier 40% silver versions available in special sets, the circulation strike 1977 Eisenhower dollar is composed of a pure copper core clad with layers of cupronickel. This copper core is a crucial identifier. On a worn or dirty coin, you might spot a reddish-brown hue where the outer cladding has worn away, particularly on the reeded edges. This is a common trait for circulated clad coinage, and does not necessarily detract from its value if the coin is otherwise structurally sound. For a coin as rare as the 1977 P, even examples with significant surface issues or environmental damage can still command prices in the hundreds of dollars, as they represent one of the few surviving pieces available to collectors. For any collector aspiring to own this numismatic treasure, a focused strategy is essential. The paramount factor is condition. Given the premium for coins in very fine or better states, learning to grade this series accurately is critical. The next, non-negotiable step is professional certification. Sending a potential 1977 P dollar to a top-tier grading service like PCGS or NGC is an absolute must. Their encapsulation not only authenticates the coin, but also provides a definitive grade, protecting your investment and maximizing its liquidity and marketability. Furthermore, immersing yourself in the collector community through online forums, numismatic associations, and coin shows is invaluable. The knowledge gained from seasoned collectors can provide insights into market trends, reputable dealers, and potential opportunities to acquire this key date coin. The investment potential of the 1977 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar is exceptionally strong. Its status as a conditional rarity means that as more collectors enter the hobby and seek to complete their Eisenhower dollar sets, the competition for the few high-grade examples available will only intensify. This supply and demand dynamic creates a powerful upward pressure on prices over the long term. Unlike some modern mint issues whose value can be speculative, the value of this coin is built upon a decades-proven foundation of scarcity. It represents a tangible asset with a documented history of appreciation, making it a compelling alternative investment for those looking to diversify their portfolio beyond traditional stocks and bonds. The reach of this American coin extends across the globe, finding a particular significance in Australia's numismatic history. During the 1970s, the Royal Australian Mint struck a series of commemorative crowns and coins. The presence of the unique and bulky Eisenhower dollar in the international market, especially a rare issue like the 1977 P, captured the attention of Australian collectors who were actively engaged in world coin collecting. The Eisenhower dollar is a powerful symbol of 20th century America. It commemorates a pivotal leader from the war era who guided the nation through the early stages of the Cold War and the dawn of the space age, the latter symbolized by the reverse design based on the Apollo 11 mission insignia. The 1977 issue, coming just years after the end of the Vietnam War and the Watergate scandal, represents a piece of a more optimistic, bicentennial-era America. The 1977 no-mint mark Eisenhower dollar in very fine condition is far more than just old currency. It is a numismatic blue chip. Its value proposition is built on an unshakable trinity of historical significance, profound rarity, and accelerating market demand. As time passes, the number of high-grade specimens available will not increase, while the pool of collectors seeking them will continue to grow. This coin is not a short-term flip, but a long-term store of value, a piece of history that promises steady and substantial appreciation for generations to come. For the discerning collector, it represents the ultimate prize in a beloved series, a tangible link to a defining chapter in the American story, and one of the soundest investments the hobby has to offer. And at the end, we're exploring the most valuable and expensive United States, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar with the San Francisco S mint mark. Stands today as one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after coins in American numismatics, captivating collectors with its historical significance, silver composition, and scarcity in pristine form. What makes this coin especially intriguing is that, although millions were minted, only a small percentage survive in collectible condition, and even fewer in untouched or original states. Even in very dirty condition, this ultra-rare dollar still commands strong attention due to its numismatic importance. It remains a prized treasure among dedicated collectors, proving that true rarity goes far beyond surface appearance. The story of this coin begins in the early 1970s, a period when the United States Mint sought to celebrate the legacy of General Dwight D. Eisenhower, the 34th President of the United States and Supreme Allied Commander of World War II. First issued in 1971, the Eisenhower dollar became the nation's first large-sized dollar coin since the peace dollar era ended in 1935. The San Francisco Mint produced the 1972 Eisenhower dollar with the S mint mark primarily for collectors, making this issue especially desirable. These coins also honor the Apollo 11 moon landing, tying the design to one of humanity's greatest achievements and giving the series a deep emotional and patriotic connection to American history. The design of the 1972 S Eisenhower dollar is rich with symbolism. The obverse features a bold portrait of President Eisenhower, designed by Frank Gasparro, showcasing his strong leadership and legacy. His name and the inscriptions "Liberty" and "In God We Trust" frame his profile, while the year 1972 sits just below. The reverse displays an inspiring image of an eagle landing on the moon, clutching an olive branch of peace, an adaptation of the Apollo 11 mission insignia. Encircled by 13 stars representing the original colonies, this imagery perfectly blends national pride with the spirit of exploration. The coin measures 38.1 mm in diameter and weighs 24.59 grams, with the collectible version from San Francisco struck in 40% silver, giving it both aesthetic beauty and intrinsic metal value. Although 1972 S Eisenhower dollars had a significant initial mintage, pristine and untouched examples are extremely difficult to find today, especially those retaining original luster or sharp strike details. Time and improper storage have caused many to become tarnished, dulled, or heavily worn, reducing the number of high-grade survivors. Very dirty examples like the one discussed here are still valuable if they have good detail beneath the surface, and professional conservation can often uncover a surprisingly well-preserved coin. The combination of age, silver content, and collectability makes this coin far scarcer than ordinary circulation pieces. Where this coin truly stands out is in its market demand. Even in very dirty condition, a genuine 1972 S Eisenhower dollar holds strong collector value, especially if verified as a 40% silver collector strike from San Francisco. Market value can range widely depending on details and hidden condition beneath dirt or tunning. A circulated or dirty 1972 S may still bring $100 to $600, while lightly circulated or near-mint coins can reach $800 to $1,500. High-grade certified examples graded by PCGS or NGC can sell for $2,000 to $8,000 or more, especially in proof cameo or deep cameo strikes. The strongest buyers often seek stunning visual appeal, sharp strike depth, and original mint packaging when available. Collectors who pursue this coin should take time to study authentication details. First, verify the S mint mark above the date. Then identify whether it is a proof or silver uncirculated strike, as the San Francisco Mint produced both. Look carefully for mirror-like fields and frosted cameo details on proofs, which command the highest premiums. For dirty coins, cleaning is not recommended because improper cleaning can destroy value. Instead, professional coin conservation is the safest option if improvement is necessary. Because counterfeits of Eisenhower dollars exist, especially for silver versions, buyers should acquire graded examples when possible. Purchasing coins certified by PCGS, NGC, or ANACS eliminates risk and confirms authenticity. Protect your investment by storing the coin in an airtight holder or slab, and avoid touching the surfaces with bare hands. Joining collector communities or numismatic forums can also help you monitor the evolving market and identify profitable opportunities. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar also appeals to investors, not just collectors. Its combination of historical meaning, silver content, and low surviving population gives it long-term value stability. Auction results over the past decade show steady demand, and experts agree that high-grade or cameo-proof examples will continue to appreciate as more collectors enter the Eisenhower dollar series. Demand from modern coin enthusiasts has elevated this once-overlooked dollar to elite collectible status. Beyond its financial and historical value, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar holds a unique emotional appeal among collectors because it represents the final chapter of America's large-size circulating dollar coins. After the Eisenhower series ended in 1978, the United States shifted permanently to smaller dollar coins, making the Ike dollar the last true heavyweight of American coinage. The San Francisco Mint issues from 1972, especially the silver strikes, carry an added layer of prestige because they were produced in limited quantities specifically for collectors, not general circulation. This intentional preservation of quality makes each surviving piece a direct link to mint craftsmanship of the early 1970s. Even when discovered in very dirty condition, these coins carry stories of decades spent in old drawers, private estates, forgotten collections, and dusty coin albums. Every piece feels like a recovery of American history, a reminder that great collectibles are not always found in perfection, but often rediscovered and appreciated through their journey across time. The 1972 Eisenhower dollar is a remarkable numismatic piece that blends American heritage, artistic design, and historical value into one collectible treasure. Whether found in bright, uncirculated condition or discovered in very dirty and aged form, this coin represents a meaningful part of U.S. coinage history. Its rising popularity and investment potential make it an exciting target for collectors. For anyone who appreciates true American coinage, from Apollo history to presidential legacy, the 1972 Eisenhower dollar remains a smart and rewarding addition to any serious collection.